just want to hear your thoughts. Like, did you think coming into this year and a half ago, is this harder or easier than you thought it was going to be?
That's a good question. There's parts that are maybe harder and there's parts that are easier. Like the SEO is about what I thought it would be. Like I didn't know anything about it. And it's like the steps for it aren't as hard. It's like there's actually not that much to it, but then like staying at the top can be challenging. The ads aren't as hard, right? Like it's you can spend money and stuff like that. The sales aren't as hard as I thought they may have been. It's really just growing. It's really just explaining to people. Like I'm not doing hard sales. I'm really just explaining and walking through the numbers with people, and then it makes sense. That part's not as hard. To me, the hardest part is like staying consistent with everything. It's just doing it like day in and day out. If you can just stay consistent, then it will happen. Like it's so easy for like a Monday to just go by and then a Tuesday, and then it's like Monday through Friday has gone by and it's like you haven't done much work. If you stay with it, the actual steps, it's not all that challenging. It's pretty simple. The hardest part is just staying consistent.
Yeah, and I even said that. I was like, dude, it's so easy for me to like, especially when you get a few deals too, because it's like, oh, dude, I'm not working really. Like, I mean, you are like stuff's ranking, you do the work, but if it's ranked, like you're just having this money and you start to let off the gas a little bit, and then like maybe you lose a client, and then you're like, oh shit, it's like I gotta get another client. Like, and then you kind of get some urgency, you land a couple more deals, but it's like, dude, what if we like press the gas the whole time? Like, what if we just didn't let go, and then like, can you imagine where we'd be? And then like we tell it, we're like, dude, it's so stupid, it's a no-brainer, but still sometimes we do it. But dude, you're exactly right. It's like consistently doing the uncomfortable steps every single day and doing the stuff you don't want to do is what really makes a difference. Would you agree?
No, 100%. The thing is, like, I'm like naturally like a lazy person. Like, that's like why I got into this. I was like, oh, I want to like not work and I want to find money. You know what I mean? I was like, and so it's like hard for me to do it, but it's so easy to like let off the gas, But if you just like stick with it, the deal starts stacking. So it really isn't all that hard. But it's like anything. It's like if you want to get in shape, it's just like, just go to the gym. How hard is that? Like, it only doesn't work if you don't do it.
It's true.
Right.
You give up when you quit. So I have a question. So you do have a 9 to 5. How does that look like? How are you able to freaking make this much money, do that? Like, how are you? And like you said, you still are going on vacation. Like, how are you making this all happen?
Yeah, so it's tough because like my 9 to 5, I get to work remote. And my job doesn't ask all that much of me. And I have Fridays off from it. It's a really cushy job. I want to quit because I just don't want to have a job. It's just so hard for me to leave it because I have a good salary and they don't ask much of me, right? It's like I work remote. I can travel as much as I do. I have Fridays off. And so right now it's like I have two incomes that are pretty nice.
Pretty nice stuff.
I live a pretty decent life. And so every now and then I'm like, I just want to quit because why even bother? But I just got another raise and I'm like, how hard is it to
making
just
this
keep it
hard?
around? Yeah, I'm like, it's not that hard to just do it. So I don't know. I'm in a very fortunate place to just have this like a cushy job. People tell me that like, you're crazy if you quit it. Like, why would you quit if you don't have to do that much? That's the only reason I haven't quit is because I have an easy kind of high paying job. So right now I'm basically banking like two salaries. Every week, like I revisit the conversation. I'm like, why don't I just quit? Like I'm making enough and then I can go all in and just like double. Right now I'm basically doubling my salary because I have this side gig. So I don't know. It's like a tough conversation. I do know that it does pull away time from me from like actually going 100% all in. There is that because if I had more time, I would definitely be making more from this venture. It's like that golden handcuff conversation where it's like they're just pulling me back, but they don't ask that much of me. So I don't know. It's basically I've just been a total puss about it. Like I said, they just gave me a raise and they don't ask all that much of me. So it's been that conflicting thing of like, when are you gonna leave? I don't know, man.
But you have the option to like that's the cool thing is like some people are like, dude, they can't afford to leave that. If you could, it's like, dude, you're not like a slave to this 9 to 5, but like, hey, it's some money that you can go freaking pay for your trips.
That is the thing. I do have the option, and that's what's nice. And it's like I'm no longer in that position where I'm like trying so hard for an annual raise or an annual promotion and then like get upset if I don't get it. Like I'm like putting in like minimal work because I don't care. Every day I'm like, maybe I'll quit next week. Like to me, like that's my second job. My traditional job is like my second job because I'm like, maybe I'll leave next week, that kind of thing. So it is kind of that's my side hustle. And I'm like, any day now I'm gonna just leave it because I'm doing pretty well with rank and run.